The winds outside today, knocking down 2 utility poles and a couple power lines in Dorchester earlier this afternoon. Sky Ranger over Center Street. This is around the stretch of road. It's right near Dorchester Avenue. This is a look at the cleanup tonight. Eversource telling us they brought in a generator to help restore power to the neighborhood. But we're also told all but 2 customers have their power back on. Tough night to not have your power, though, tonight. It is cold out there.
Also, pretty strong winds to knock something like that down.
Yeah.
Is the wind going to continue into tomorrow, Pete?
It's dying off right now. It was gusting 40, 45 today. So, yeah, we've just been battered by winds. Imagine fatigue. It took down those telephone poles. It just takes maybe a gust of 40. That's what we saw in Boston. 23 is our temperature now. The wind's down to 22 miles an hour, gusting over 30 on Cape Cod. Wait, we still have a breeze in the morning, so there'll still be a wind chill factor of 5 to 6 degrees. And during the day, a slight breeze, not as strong, with wind chills in the teens. That's what you're dressing for tomorrow. You can see the clouds across the Great Lakes and back over towards the plains. What is this? This is your storm on Thursday. Don't you see it? No, of course not. We're waiting for the water vapor to come out of the Gulf and infuse into this storm, and then you have something that will happen tomorrow. And here's our timeline roughly. After about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, we could see the first flakes, but then we go into this wall of snow. You can see the intensity does ramp up. Some heavy bouts for a couple of hours here, maybe even an inch per hour. And this is where we gather our 2 to 4 inches of snow. Then we switch over to a little bit of ice and then over to some showers. It wraps up around 7 o'clock Thursday evening. 2 or less from about, we'll say, New Bedford to Plymouth and through the South Shore all the way to about Weymouth. And then you're into the 2 to 4, Boston, Norwood, Franklin. I think we'll be on the lower end of that in many spots, except maybe closer to 3 to 4 through Lowell and Haverhill, Newburyport, maybe even to Topsfield and Leominster and Gardner. So it's a little bit colder in this zone too, and that's the problem, right? Because it looks like we'll have some icing issues on Thursday afternoon. On the Cape, maybe a coating of snow, and that's about it. A lot of that's just rain. And we will eventually even get to rain in Boston in the afternoon. Doesn't look like a lot. This is where we hold on to some of the cold, though. So when we switch over, we don't go right to rain. We go to some icing. A light glaze is possible, even in Woburn and Framingham, and even up towards Peabody, too, along the Merrimack Valley as well. Now, that Thursday high temperature, fragilely getting to 40 degrees. I'm not totally sold on that. We could stay in the upper 30s. Friday, it's early on that we see 41 degrees or so. So the next 3 storm tracks, Thursday's right going over us, so that would mean that we do switch over. The one on Sunday now seems to be tracking a little bit farther to the south, so that could mean that maybe northern Mass, southern New Hampshire stays mostly snow. Maybe even from the Pike north we stay mostly snow. And then we go into Thursday or Wednesday. Well, this track is offshore, and right now that is looking like mostly snow if that storm were to hit. Quickly on this storm over the weekend, though, you can see it coming in from the Great Lakes. It's taking the same track, essentially, and that's why we still think there might be some mix. This is through Sunday morning. It should start late night Saturday night and wrap up on Sunday morning, so Sunday afternoon. Look at it zoom away. We could even see a few rays of sun, too, Sunday afternoon. Potential is there for over 6 inches in some spots that say snow. And then, timing is iffy on that Tuesday night, Wednesday, Thursday storm. Could be a couple of them coming at us there, smaller ones. But, confidence low. Valentine's Day looks good, at least. Snuggle up with your honey at 35 degrees.